each day to integrate the practice into our lives. Today is day 3, and we are working with point 2, nurture the intent to awaken. Maxim 3 reads, examine the essence of awareness beyond arising. As with the other maxims in point 2, maxim 3 relates to ultimate bodhicitta, shunyata, the emptiness. Point 2 is introducing us to different ways to cultivate familiarity with the view of emptiness. Increasingly subtle understandings of the ultimate reality of ourself, others, things, the environment, all there is. No surprise that this is not a piece of cake. Don't be discouraged if these formal meditation practices seem a little out of reach at first. They're very subtle against the current of deeply ingrained habits of dualistic perception that limit us to a two-dimensional experience of reality that is beyond dimension. Not only that, our society is steeped in a materialistic approach that is skeptical of anything that cannot be seen, touched, or measured in objective ways. These practices are opening us to becoming explorers of a dimension beyond the conventional, the very paradox of life, that we experience things, yet when we examine, they do not exist as they appear. Even though they are empty of independent existence we ascribe to them, they appear. The paradox of appearance and emptiness in unity. It takes a while to get our sea legs. Don't be concerned about getting it right or wrong. There is no right or wrong in this space. Simply allow yourself to question with an open mind, and don't let discouragement or discomfort draw you away. Maxims 2 through 5 present the meditative inquiry involving experiential analysis and deep rest that allows us to invoke PRAJNA, the intricately discerning quality of mind's ability to know with laser-like precision. It's your mind. You have nothing to fear and everything to gain from a much more expansive, nuanced, visceral understanding of reality, your reality. These maxims are designed to work right within our experience. Maxim 2, as we saw yesterday, examines our everyday life experience, the various appearances of people, places, and things that we encounter all the time. As you'll see shortly, Maxim 3 examines our own mind, the awareness that is the undercurrent throughout all our inner experience. Tomorrow we'll see how we can explore even ideas that dualistic mind spawns in response to this deep examining of our reality experientially. And finally, in Maxim 5, we have an introduction to a particularly Mahamudra style of awareness practice, resting in the inmost reaches of experience. This is your mind. You are simply opening to everything it is, knows, and is able to be. And you're doing that right within your experience. This text is saying the emptiness, shunyata, the true nature of things, is right here with us. It's a beautiful thing that we start out by looking to all our experience, ourselves, others, things, treating them as a dream, as a way of becoming more light in our touch with what appears to be a fixed, single, independent quality of everything. We start to release the grip that insists on concretizing, reifying what is fluid, continuous, in a perpetual play of interconnectivity with all things. When we do that in our daily life, our mind becomes a little more supple, a little more light, a little more able to even question, are things as real as they seem to me? That is already a profoundly healing event. The more we work with these maxims, the more it starts to transform our attitude so that we are spontaneously interacting with things from an understanding that they do not truly exist as they seem to. Ultimately, we transcend all fixed concepts about things altogether, remaining in an openness and receptivity to things in their continual flux. One of the best ways to work with that is informal practice. Being able to sit in meditation and develop experiential understanding of shunyata, the emptiness. Experiential understanding is a key piece. It's about bringing our understanding of the words, the semantics of the Dharma, from our head, intellectual comprehension, down to our hearts, a visceral, experiential understanding that increasingly guides our conduct and our life in accord with the true nature of things. How could you possibly do that? There are many ways of doing it. The Mahamudra approach emphasizes experience. Yesterday, we began our experiential analysis of everyday life experience on the meditation cushion, exploring in meditative inquiry how life experiences are like the experiences of a dream, in that they do not exist the way they appear to do to dualistic mind, and they exist as we experience them only in our mind. They are subjective experiences. There are many other ways to examine everyday life, to see if they actually exist truly. There are two important things about this. First, nobody is saying that the experiences we have do not exist at all. To say that they lack true existence or independent existence does not mean that they are hallucinations. It means that they exist interdependently in a manner that is in infinite connection with everything else, in particular, our own subjective experience. The second point comes right out of there. Even when we start to gain some understanding of what it means for the people, places, things that we encounter in life, lacking independent existence, we may hold to a subtle belief that even if all of that stuff does not exist truly, my mind, that exists truly. I know that because I experience it. My mind, the basis of my experience, the interface with world, exists truly. I think, therefore I am. This next maxim, examine the essence of awareness beyond arising, enters into an experiential analysis to put this to the test, using our own mind as a laboratory. Again, we use a technique of meditative inquiry to engage in an experiential examining of our mind. What we're examining is not just the thoughts that come and go, not just the emotions, not just the sensory experience, but the awareness of all of those things. That subtle stream undergirding our thoughts, our feelings, our sensory experiences all the time. This maxim is going to ask us to look at the very essence of that awareness, to find if it arises, if it ceases, if it stays. This is something we should take literally. Examine for yourself. Where is the origin point of that awareness? Where it begins? Where does it end? If we can't find an origin and we can't find an end point, but we experience awareness, perhaps we can find a location where it stays. Where is that? The point of this meditative inquiry is very much in the experience that comes about when we examine in this way, not as a thought experiment or as an exercise, but with genuine curiosity and interest. This is your mind. Where is it?
Maxim number 3. Examine the essence of awareness beyond arising. This maxim falls under the second main point, nurturing the intent to awaken. As such, it deals with ultimate bodhicitta, emptiness, the practice of this. So I just want to say a couple quick words before we step into the meditation. First and foremost, it's so important to recognize that the maxim says examine. It's very experiential. It's not think about. If as we go through this practice, we find ourselves wanting to know more about emptiness, about ultimate bodhicitta, wondering if this is really the way it is and wanting to think our way through it, all of that natural arising of curiosity is wonderful. But it's really pointing us back to the steps of listening and contemplating, whereas this maxim is dealing very much with meditation, with experiencing it, examining experientially in meditation on the cushion. And what is it that we're examining? Really what this comes down to is the nature of our mind itself, semni in Tibetan. So examine the essence of awareness. This is an experiential practice. It's not an intellectual cognitive piece, although that piece does presuppose this one. We do need to have some level of confidence, both that we understand what is being talked about and how it fits into our worldview. Okay, enough talk. Let's practice. To begin, simply take your seat. Arrive here now. Allow all of you, all your thoughts, emotions, feelings, delights, resistances, experiences, all to be present without blocking them and also without reifying or identifying with them. Simply come to take your seat. Feel your presence in this moment. Having settled in, we'll now ground ourselves and uplift the mind with tranquility meditation. So we'll do 3 sets of 7 in and out breaths, using the breath to sharpen our focus as an anchor for our awareness, falling neither into agitation and chasing around after thoughts, nor into dullness, sleepiness, being unaware. So simply follow the breath in and out, breathing naturally for a count of 7, and do this 3 times. In this easeful, alert state, examine the essence of awareness beyond arising, which is to say, face your own experience, here and now. Look closely. Closely observe and examine the awareness undergirding whatever thought or feeling or emotion or mood is present for you. As each of these changes, flowing from one thing to another in this moment to the next, examine that essence of awareness. What do you find? We have this very strong habit of trying to pin it down, trying to grasp it. But what happens when we just keep examining that essence of awareness? Keep looking. Investigate for yourself. finally, we close simply by bringing forth the intention that whatever goodness, whatever force of positivity may have come from this meditation, that we freely share it with all beings, so that all beings may have the opportunity to examine the essence of awareness and to discover that which is undiscoverable, that which is their very nature. Having concluded with that intention, as we rise up out of our meditation, we can think to go about our day with this sense of curiosity about ourselves, about what we were able to find or not find and yet experience in meditation. Thank you for all that you do.